My name is Judith Ford, F-O-R-D. And I also want to thank you all for the opportunity to speak regarding the failure of the Civil Union Act to provide my partner and I equal rights. While I believe that this was the original intent of the law, I believe that it's not the reality of the law, of the act. I'm a registered nurse. I've worked for South Jersey Healthcare for 26 years. I have been the Employee of the Year, and this year I was the Nurse of the Year. I have started a bereavement program that has been facilitated at my hospital for a number of years and has provided the pattern for all of the hospitals in South Jersey to follow. I think I have made a tremendous commitment to my hospital. I serve on their ethics committee, and my partner and I, of the last 12 years, we entered into a commitment ceremony in Provincetown 12 years ago that was very emotionally satisfying to us. We spent the last few years parenting 3 children and becoming the grandparents of 5 grandchildren. We too pay taxes. We have brought a number of properties together. We own 4 different properties together. And we have gone to great legal expense over the years to provide protection for each other regarding those properties. When the domestic partnership became available, we went out and we did that. And during that time, Yvonne, my partner, lost her insurance. So she has had no health insurance for the last 3 or 4 years. When the Civil Union Act became available in March, or in February, we went in March and applied to have a civil union. Several of the mayors in our area refused to provide civil union ceremonies to the extent that they decided to not do any marriage ceremonies at all. We found a wonderful judge in Cumberland County who provided us with our civil union. He did a wonderful job, and he was very supportive. I left that ceremony and went over to the hospital and filled out the insurance application form to add Yvonne to my insurance policy. The entire reason that we did the civil union was to provide Yvonne with insurance, because we had everything else legally in place before that. About a week or 2 later, I received a letter back from the hospital telling me that they would not be providing her with health insurance. It falls under the federal ERISA program, and as someone else stated, our hospital is self-insured, and therefore there is a loophole, and they do not provide her with health insurance. I wrote them a letter to the board of directors, because after speaking to the director of my human resources department, it became evident to me that the hospital board of directors had the option of whether or not they would make this a coverage that they were going to provide. So I wrote them a lengthy letter, reminded them of some of the things that I had provided for the hospital through the years, and asked them to reconsider their decision and provide domestic partner insurance. They never answered my letter. I wrote the letter in June. So when I made the decision to come here tonight, I again called my human resources director and I said, you know, I'm going to go up and I'm going to testify in front of this commission. Well, you can't imagine how fast my phone rang. And they couldn't imagine that the board hadn't answered my letter and who had I directed it to, and so I gave them all of that information. I don't know where this is going to go, but I know that Yvonne and I have seriously considered dissolving our civil union, because it has put us in a tremendously precarious financial position. Because now, in the event that something happens with her and she has no insurance coverage, our entire estate is in jeopardy rather than just half. Thank you.